Hi everyone. So we are going to do our pick a stitch of this week, and the winner was the arcade stitch. Move this out of the way a little bit. You can see that. And as I mentioned in the previous video, I am trying to do more stitches that I have never used to kind of educate myself on having a better library of stitches that I know and can learn. We are just going to use this bulky 5. I'm trying to see. I've got a 6. We're gonna hopefully make that work. Let me see what the 5, 5, 5. I was trying to use a hook that I have, and it'll be fine. Okay, so we want to start out with a slip knot. One day I'm going to try all the different ways people make slip knots just to see, if I like any of them better. This stitch is done in a multiple of 6, so we're just going to go ahead and make our chain. So 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. Now I'm just going to do a couple more sets of 6 for just a sample, but if you're working on a bigger project and you want to do this, just go ahead and we're going to be put on pause, and when you get to where you want, we'll be ready to go. So once you get your multiples of 6 done, we're going to chain just one more, and we're going to start in our foundation. So we are going to do a single crochet in that first. Let me go back. And so here's our loop. We don't count that. There's 1, 2. So we're going to just do a single crochet. We are going to chain 3. 1, 2. Oh, come on. 2, 3. Which means we're going to skip 3. 1, 2, 3, and do another single crochet. I know why I haven't used this yarn. It's not a good flow yarn. So chain 3. Okay, go back. I'm trying to jump ahead. All right, so we turned, we did one single crochet, we chained 3, and we're going to do 3 single crochets, not 1. I'm trying to think of the next row, and that's not what we need right now. So we have 1, chain 3, single crochets. So we're going to do 3 again. So means you skip 3, go into this 4th stitch. We're going to do another set of 3 single crochets. Now the only stitches that are need to know are single crochets, chaining, and a double crochet. So now we're going to do chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And if you want to learn those stitches, if you haven't yet, I have some videos I've already made. There's only 2 left, and that's okay. That's what we want. And we're just going to put the 2 single crochets in those last 2. So don't feel like you've got it wrong, because it's not going to be, because we have the 1, chain 3, 3 single crochets, chain 3, and at the end we're going to end up with 2 stitches. So we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to put let's see, we're in chain 1, we're going to skip 1, 2, oh, never mind. So we're going to put a chain here. I'm being distracted, I apologize. So we're going to do double crochets, and we're going to go through under that chain 3 that we did previous row. So it's not going to go through a stitch. We're just going to loop it under and over, and we're going to do 5 of those. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll get myself straight here. So now where we've chained 3, we are going to do a single crochet in the middle of those 3. And that's gonna kind of open that up for us and give us these little windows. Okay, so now we're going to go to the next chain 3s and do another 5. How was your day today? I hope everybody had a good day. It was a pretty day. Okay, we've got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. I love visiting my family. I'm just not crazy about the drive, and they're not even that far. Okay, so here's where we got our 3 singles. We're going to go to that middle stitch, so the second one. Put our single crochet to anchor that down. And then let's do our last double crochets in the 3 chain 3. It's always fun being dyslexic and you say your direction backwards. It's not helpful. Hopefully you see what I mean and it's kind of understandable. I hope so. That is way too loose. Calm down. We got 3. 4. 5. And we want to put a single crochet in that last, and you might have to turn it just a little bit to make sure you catch both those stitches or the whole stitch. But there we go, there's the start of it. So that's row 2. So we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to, we have 5 stitches, so we want to find the 3 middle ones. And I usually just count in, so I have my 3 stitches, and then we're going to go single crochet in each of these top part of that fan stitch. And then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So it's a 2-row repeat, pretty much. Well, I guess it's a 3-row repeat because our next row is just slightly different than our second. So we want to get those top 3 stitches. Do single crochets. Okay, chain 3. Well, that is not the right stitch. Double crochet. No, see, I was right the first time. Sorry about that, guys. I'm trying to think ahead for the next row, and I need to be concentrating on the row I am working on, because the next row is slightly different than the second one, so I'm over here thinking about what I need to do. So once you do those top 3, we're just going to chain 2, and then we're going to do a single crochet here. All right, so now on this row, like I said, slightly different. It's 1, 2, 3. You can turn. So now you can see our little space here. So this is how it's, reason we have to make it just a little bit different. So we're going to do 2 double crochet. This is going to count as 1. We're going to do 2 more double crochets in that space. I mean, it's the same pattern, just on the ends are going to be different. We have our 3 singles, so we're going to go to that middle one, do a single crochet, and then the rest of it's going to be what we've already been doing. We do 3, so the double crochets, we're going to end up with 5 of them in this space, and then we'll start seeing and count 1, 2, 3, 4, one more, and then we'll find the second stitch in that 3 crochet row, and as you can see, it's starting to take shape a little bit. And so we are getting to our pattern, and we're going to do yarn over, go through all the way through again. And I'll tell on myself, because when you learn something new, sometimes you misunderstand what they're saying, and I tried for the hardest time to put them inside the stitches until I realized that that is not what they were wanting me to do. But it was reading the symbols, and it's kind of hard to, and I didn't get it at first, and I thought, well, this isn't working. So learning's just a process, and you know, and that's part of it's making mistakes, and just, you know, you might have to restart it and go back just a little bit, but you know, you get the hang of it, and then you've learned a really pretty stitch. I had one I did, and it just didn't look right to me. I mean, it was the proper things, but I'm going to change it and give it a foundation row, a little bit more of a foundation row. I'm going to put a row of single crochets to make it a little bit more structured. So here we are at the end. Let me quit chattering and show you what we need to do. We're going to end up with 3. So we're going to put 3 double crochets in here. And then we're ready for the next row. And we're just going to chain 1 and turn. Put a single crochet in that first stitch. We're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Or 3. Okay, we got it. Let's see. Well, here is 1. Yep, this one. Here we go. I want to make sure I had the right one. So we're going to go do our 3 single crochets. They are always going to be in the 3 middle stitches of your shell fan. Some people might, you know, I think it's more of a fan stitch. And then we chain 2, 3. We're going to go back in the next 3 stitches. And then we're going to end on the last 2. Now I need to make sure I'm landing on the right ones. Let's see, we got to go 1, 2, 3. Okay. I go the back of the stitch sometimes to grab them, because sometimes it's just easier for me. So I'm sorry if this, it's like, wait a minute, what's she doing? Let me get it turned around. No. There we go. So we go through those. Oh man, I made that tight. All right. So there we go. And so that means we're going to chain. Let me see. This is, we'll repeat row 2. So we're chaining 1. We're going to put, so yeah, we're going to go the 5. Whoops. One, two, three, four, 5. Find our middle. These are our 3 single crochets. Find that middle stitch and anchor it down. I'm wondering now if I should have used this bulky yarn. I think it's making a pretty pattern, but I'm struggling with the being fluid in my crochet here. Okay, so we got our 5, middle of the 3 stitches, and then another set of 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 2 more. Okay, so we should have come on. Really probably should have gotten a bigger hook. Would have made it a little simpler. Okay, so you can see the pattern forming. So we're going to alternate in our rows. Your foundation chain should be a multiples of 6 plus 1, and then we will start out with 1 single, 3 chains, 3 singles, 3 chains, 3 singles, 3 chains, and 2 singles. And when we turn, we're going to do chain let me see out, make sure what row we're on. We're going to repeat the chains. We're going to do the chain 4, then we're going to do 3 singles in the top of this stitch, and then 3 chains, 3 singles, 3 chains, because that's where we're working these shell stitches or fan stitches. I'm so sorry. I felt like I didn't explain that the way I needed to do, and I apologize, but it's a nice pattern, and you can see that a good way to kind of measure that you're in the right spot. These are like right above each other. Of course, this one will be here, and not tricky, but the ones you want to make sure of is your edging, is because some of them will call for one single crochet, and the other side is 2 single crochets, and that's going to be that way for one's going to be like chain 2. It's going to, when you're going to build it up, you're going to chain 1, chain 2, then start it depending on which direction you are. And then this last one is going to be a chain 1, single crochet, and then start your rows. And then for every chain space you have, you're going to have your clusters of 5 double crochets, and then your chains again. Okay, I hope that was understandable, and I'm sorry if it wasn't. I will be posting the pick a stitch for votes out of some of the new stitches that I practice. Let me see, kind of maybe see something. Oh, where are they? I kind of like the tulip stitch. This is, yeah, that's the right direction. And if you want to do maybe a fun stitch, we could do the first stitch. And then we have, that's not it. Where is it? The peacock stitch. So I probably will post these and let you guys vote. And hopefully you enjoy doing it that way. If not, I could always make it a mystery. But I like to see what you want, would like to see. And let you have a choice of something maybe you haven't done before. And you want to try to, let me, work that with you. As you can see, we're learning together. And we can do that next week. So out of these three, just a heads up, we're going to, I'll post pictures and let you guys vote. And thank you again for coming. I'm so sorry it's been miscombobulated. It's late, and it's not a good excuse for you guys. And I want to thank Art Junkie Shannon for shouting me out in one of her videos. It was very kind of her. Everybody in the crochet world community has been very kind and very patient, and with the promise that this will get easier and I'll hopefully get smoother. So thanks for joining me, you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.